Okay, people, so quick US dollar breakdown from a fundamental perspective and a technical perspective. So, I'm making this video right off the back of some important economic releases. So, let's talk about it. So, head over to Forex Factory over here, and you can see what we just had is the following. We had unemployment claims coming out at a pretty strong level. So that's pretty healthy unemployment claims, as you can see, better than forecast and better than previous. So overall, pretty solid unemployment claims. Again, just showing health in terms of the job sector. And then we had flash manufacturing PMI and services and manufacturing. And you can see here that basically the manufacturing sector came out above forecast, and the services sector came out slightly below the forecast. So in a way, a mixed bag. However, the important thing to note with PMI is it's above 50. And basically that means it's still in expansionary territory, meaning there's still growth, right? So this overall is still showing robustness, still showing health. Manufacturing improved, services obviously a little bit worse, but overall still pretty solid, I would say. Still pretty solid. As you can see, the trend is still overall continuing up. So pretty solid, pretty healthy. These are less important. And well, this could be important, but this is less important. So basically what we've got, I'm going to write it out here. So what we've got is the following. I'll put this at 32. So we've got the following. It's going to let me put that in. So we have healthy unemployment claims. Healthy unemployment claims. Then we have decent, I'll say, PMI figures. And then on top of that, we also have what we had yesterday, FOMC meeting minutes. Now, for those of you who thought this was the actual FOMC, this is not the actual FOMC. This is just basically, you can see, it's just basically a conversation. And they might revise a few things like that. But basically, it's just a talk. It's nowhere near as important as the official FOMC meetings or the official FOMC. But what they did have here was there were a few hawkish comments, slightly hawkish, more hawkish than the FOMC, I would argue. So let's see if I can get some up here. So we had here, officials wanted to see more progress toward 2% inflation. Officials remain highly attentive to inflation risks. Powell plans to start a next 5-year review of statement. Okay. Basically, we can see here a couple of officials noted downside risks of rates staying too high. Okay, that's a more dovish comment. But basically, most officials noted risks of cutting too quickly. Hawkish. Okay, that's not what I want. Basically, that's a hawkish comment, and we just overall maintained that kind of hawkish Fed stance. So I'll put that in there. Let me just do here. So FOMC minute meetings maintained hawkish stance. And then the other thing to note is that, and now this was last week, but it's still it's still relatively fresh, is we had the CPI coming out higher than expected and PPI coming out higher than expected. So CPI, sorry guys, so CPI and PPI sticky. Let's just leave it at that. So these are the fundamental drivers that we currently have. All of the data is basically continuing to support the bullish US dollar narrative. And that, especially this data, the PMI figures, they basically brought this nice little push that we're seeing right now in price action. But I think all of this data, in my opinion, and my analysis, my assessment of it, is maintaining the hawkish stance for the Fed and is maintaining this bullish US dollar. So I'm going to continue to play bullish US dollar. And what I expect to see is at least I expect to see price come back to 105 and retest 105. That's minimum. And we're probably going to need to see PCE figures come out slightly higher than expected to see price break that and continue on higher. But that is something we're going to have to wait and see. Obviously, if we check next week's data, we're going to have quite a lot of data. So this data will be impactful whether we break through 105. But I do expect to see price come up to the 105 region over the next few days, bleeding into next week. That is my expectation. I think we're going to just continue this hawkish Fed stance, and we're going to see US dollar come up to minimum 105. So let's see if that plays out. Now, how am I going to play this? Because I'm obviously not going to trade the Dixie. So how am I going to play this? Well, I'm going to be playing this stance with Euro USD shorts. In fact, I'm currently in this short, as you can see right here. So I'm going to be, as you can see with the trade, looking to take price back down to the lows at about 107. So I'm looking to take price back down to those lows. I did get quite close to getting stopped out there, but we've since reacted pretty strongly, and hopefully we can get that move down. I probably expect something more like this to occur. So that's what I'm hoping to see. That's what I'm hoping to see. Other than Euro USD, I also am quite interested in the exceptionally bullish US dollar JPY. I think this is an excellent trade. It's just that it's quite overextended. So the trade that I would be looking for is break, retest, continue. That's the trade I'll be looking for. Until then, we're kind of ranging, so I'm not interested right here. I think the better trade would have been an entry in right there, or obviously if you could have gotten right there. I think right now we're a little bit too high. I wouldn't want to buy in and around these highs. So I'll either wait for a retest of there, or if we come back down, again, I'll look to take buys. But that's basically my analysis. I think everything from fundamentals is screaming that the US dollar trend is going to continue. And I'm just going to look to play that with trades on Euro USD, USD JPY, and those are the main ones I'm concerned with. The other one I'll just quickly look at on this video is gold. I'm also in a gold trade. That's something else that's not to do with this video. Well, I can't move that, but that's not to do with this video. But I'm also looking for gold shorts right in here, and I'm in a position I got in a position right here. That's a buy, not that. I'm in a position right about here. Stop loss is way up here, and again, targeting down at the lows. So yeah, let's see if that plays out. I think my stop loss is a bit higher. I can't remember the exact position, but it's something like this. Got in when price came right up into this high. So yeah, I do expect with the US dollar strength for this to continue down. So let's see if those trades play out. Let's see if this bias plays out. Let's see. All right, thanks for watching. Subscribe for more daily content just like this, and see you next time.